Meg here from I Teach Stamping, and welcome to today's video tutorial. Today's card started with me doing my die cutting first, which is a little bit different. But when you're using the Autumn Accents die, you want to make sure to do your die cutting first, and then we'll do our stamping. So I just ran it through with a piece of Whisper White that was 5.5 by 5.5. Alright, now I'm ready to do my stamping. I am using my Stampin' jig to make sure I get everything nice and lined up. So I'm just going to ink up our big leaf, and this is in Cajun Craze. Get this all good and inked up and stamp. Okay. And that's how you're going to have that perfectly lined up stamp on there. Now let's do the rest of our stamping. I've done the other leaves and the acorn ahead of time, but now we just need to do our sentiment. So I'm going to be used from the Border Banter Stamp Set, the little Argyle. And I'm doing this in More Mustard. I don't need to use my Stampin' jig for this part because I'm going to die cut this out in just a bit. Alright, then I'm going to be using the word Friends, and this is from Sweet Essentials. Oh, and the stamp set I use for the leaves is called Wonderfall. So I go ahead and get Friends in place. I'm going to use Island Indigo for my sentiment. And there we have that. Okay, so now we're going to get ready, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to die cut this. So I'm going to be using the Bitty Banners Framelits to cut out my Friends, and I'm leaving a little bit more. I'm cutting it closer to the right hand side because I'll probably trim off part of the left. I don't want a really long banner, so I didn't really center it, as you can tell. Okay, so then just pry it up. There we go. And that's going to give you that fabulous little tag right there. Then the next thing we're going to do is some dry embossing. So I'm going to be dry embossing a piece of crumb cake. It's going to be 4 inches by 5.25 inches. I'm going to be using the Woodgrain embossing folder. It's just perfect for this time of year. And then as we're assembling this card, I'll tell you a little bit more about who it's for and why I'm making it. Okay, so there is going to give me that fabulous texture there. We're done with the big shot. We're ready to get it out of here and finish up our card. So now I've got our Simply Scored, and I've got a piece of Whisper White that's 4.25 by 11 inches, and I'm just going to score it in half to make our card base. That's all there is to that. So I'll remove the Simply Scored out of the way. So now we have a ton of layers. Let's start building these out. I've got 2 pieces of Island Indigo. They're going to be 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. One for the front and one for the inside. Now, since we're already on the inside, let's go ahead and do this. I've got a piece of crumb cake that's going to be 4 inches by 5.25 inches. And then on the front is going to go that wood grain piece, but not just yet. I've got a circle that I cut out of Whisper White using the 3.5 inch circle die. I'm just going to drop this in place to the right hand side. Then we're going to take my paper snips and give this a trim just right to the edge of that crumb cake. There we go. And now I can put it onto my card front. Boom. Okay, we've got some of these leaves that we're going to drop into place. So I promised you I would tell you a little bit about this card and who it's going towards. Or who it's going to, I should say. As I'm working on the Friends layer here, I'll tell you. So this is a piece of Island Indigo that's 5/8 of an inch tall, and then we're going to trim off the excess. Okay. So I have a friend that we always do fall cards, but we refuse to send Thanksgiving cards. And so we always try to come up with a way to make a fun card that has nothing to do with Thanksgiving. See if we can do it every year. So this is Friends, and I'm going to be putting my acorn right there, so I'm not even going to worry about trimming it off. Let's go ahead and add some adhesive to it. And let's go ahead, oh, I probably should have put my big guy in first. Let me do that real quick. So he's going to go on with some dimensionals. Give him a little dimensional love this morning. Okay, spread these out some. Okay, and drop him in place. Then let's do the Friends right on top of that leaf. That look cute? Okay, another dimensional for our acorn. Like so. And now let's do the inside of our card, because I don't want to just leave it plain like this. I mean, it's cute and all, but not my thing. So let me bring in my ink again. So I'm using the Banter again, that Border Banter Stamp Set again, and more mustard ink. I'm using my Stampin' jig. And I've got a strip of Whisper White that's 1/2 inch by 4 inches. I can just line this up. Oops. And some people like to line up that last one, so I'll show you that. So this one here, I'm covering it up so I can make sure to get it all lined up perfectly. Actually, I'm going to do it this way. It's easier for me, but some people prefer to do that. Okay, so move this into place. Ta-da! Okay, this is going to go onto a piece of Island Indigo. It's going to be 4 inches by 5/8 of an inch. I'm going to drop this part down first. And then this piece will go right there on top. So it kind of ties the inside of the card in with the outside of the card. And then there you have your very beautiful fall card that doesn't say anything about Thanksgiving. I hope you enjoyed this video. To learn more about rubber stamping for card making and scrapbooking, be sure to visit www.iteachstamping.com. And remember, I don't just sell rubber stamps, I teach you how to use them. Have a great day.